Hey, gang. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Single Chronicles. I'm your girl, RSOS, aka the Insomniac Writer, and we have a doozy. I have some things I want to talk about. Sorry I didn't get y'all an episode last week. I had to take off to get my hair redid and all that other good stuff, only to get caught in the rain. I'm still aggravated about that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, yeah. So if you're new here, make sure you heart, favorite, save, do whatever you got to do so that you are locked into this podcast. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell and all that other good stuff. That way you can be in the know. You can be in the know. Now, I just realized that my headphones are in but not in, so hopefully by the time we get to recording, this will be good to go. Because apologies for the audio. Okay, so a lot has happened. It's been some shit. Last week, I found out somebody I went to high school with went to jail for murder. She murdered her baby daddy's, not baby daddy, her boyfriend's kid, which wasn't her baby daddy. It was her boyfriend's child, toddler, 3-year-old toddler, nonverbal, autistic little girl, and I'm like, it just shocked me because she was quiet. Then like life be life and people change. I'm not going to compare somebody to who they were 20, 30 years ago back in the 90s because I ain't the same person. I kind of am, but I'm not. But it seems like, her life took a turn. She was doing like all this creative music stuff a little bit out there. I'm not even mad at it. I'm not hating. But when I read that she moved out to Vegas, and one of my other friends that I went to school with was like, yo, did you see about Marquetta? And I was like, what about her? I'm like, I'm going to talk to her like that. We might interact every now and again, like each other's posts on social. But I saw it. I was like, what? And he sent it to me he was like, look, check your Facebook. I'm like, shit, I don't be on Facebook. Let me look. God damn it, if I ain't see that article, that shit hit me. And I was like, damn. So apparently she had been 302. And then she got out, and then the boyfriend was like, I gotta go to work, I need a sitter. I would have called out. If you can't find nobody to watch your child, call out. I understand money is tight, but listen, I speak from personal experience. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. That job, listen, y'all either gonna do one or two things. Y'all gonna fire me, or y'all gonna figure it out. And I got two choices. Either I come in the next day or I'm going to figure it out or whatever. I'm going to figure it out or I'm going to just get another job. What the hell? Like, I know job markets are hard, but listen, you got to do what you got to do. Or you could took it back to the mom. But I feel bad for her because she ain't even know about the girl. And it seems like they were off and on again, and like they had broke up, got back together. It was like one of them situations. She probably was asking them every 5 minutes, like every other day, well, what are we? Where's this going? Ladies, gentlemen, everybody, if you in a relationship, situationship, and it's not what you want, and you're constantly questioning that other person, just leave. Just go. Save you some time. Save you some aggravation. Just go. Because if they are stringing you along for whatever their reasons may be, they might have commitment issues. They might have, some underlying problems that they got going on. Or they might not want a relationship. Or they might just want access to you. Or they might be a narcissist. It don't matter what the fucking reason is. It might just because they think you should change your hair color. I don't fucking know. The point is that what you need to do. Sorry, I'm trying to get my mic here together. What you need to do is just dip. Because it ain't fucking worth the headache. Now we got this child, poor little sweet innocent child. Life is gone. Light is extinguished from this world. But you know what? Sometimes I don't bring God into these situations because I'm not God and I can't really fathom how a deity thinks or moves. But I can say this, that considering that predicament that child was exposed to, I'm hoping that she is at rest and she is in a better place because damn that. But there's some monsters in this world. Like, it really is. That's why I'll be like, I don't want to day every time I fucking turn around reading the news. I don't even like the news. There's some shit. Oh, somebody is got hurt or this happened it's always tragic. It's shit that you would see in an episode of Law and Order, NCIS, or a horror or was it James Patterson book. Like, I'm just done. But yeah, she wrote on the walls with the little girl blood, and then she was writing a bunch of scribble scrabble in some paper. The fuck is wrong with people? Like, and people like when I was telling people about it, like other classmates that I still kind of be in contact with a little bit, they was like, "Damn, really?" Like it just was shocking. But then you think about it, she been kind of like, I'm like, well, some of her posts were a little questionable. You know, you start thinking about that time you might have seen him, which I saw with a mohawk, and I don't want to judge that, but you'd be like, anytime somebody, it was like sometimes when females shave their head, they don't be wrapped too tight. And I don't want to make that stereotype. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But that's not this week's topic. I don't even want to talk about the shit because that shit is just depressing. I will talk about what's the chick, Ashley something? She's with what's her name? Off of the Timberwolves, his girlfriend, Anthony Edwards, or baby mama. I don't know. Apparently she got paid $1 million in child support up front. That ain't enough. I'm just like, no. I don't know how many other kids she with. Apparently she used to be with the baby or little baby. One of the baby, little something. It's always something. It's the one he had. He looks like this kid that lives around my way. Actually, he looks like my cousin's son. Like they could be related. They just favorite. Anyway, little country rapper. But I don't know. Wait a minute. Ain't he married? Hold on. I'm about to get some stats on this guy. Is he married? I don't know. It doesn't say that he is. He's 23. He's the same age as my child. I'm old enough to be his mother. Why are you acting like this, sir? Yes, he has a daughter named Island. I don't know how to say that. But her name's what? Ashley something? Ashley something? I don't know what's her name. I'm about to find out. I'm looking on here now. Aisha Howard. I said Ashley. Who the hell is Ashley? Aisha Howard. She got on she was on live. I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw clips of the video, and she was basically responding to the people saying that she's a gold digger and this, that, and the third, and y'all falling for these broke dudes, and you don't be mad because I got a baller and you got knocked up by the weed man and he this and that. That sounds like some shit a gold digger would say. I'm not saying that it's not. Like, first and foremost, it don't matter if there are women that do that. They will get pregnant, knowingly and willingly get pregnant to lock a man down. And it don't even really have to be that she wants him to be with her. That is a bonus, but it's like she needs that access to them. That's what people do. Like, I don't want this episode to sound like I'm bashing other my fellow females, but it be some chicks that just do whatever the fuck they can to keep their claws on. I remember some girl wanted to be with somebody that I was with, and I said, you can have him. I was like, I'm not fighting over no dude. I'm gonna fuck him up because he made me mad, but I don't want him. Like, I don't want to beat you up. You jump in and I'm beating you up. Like, I'm never gonna fight a guy. I will fight him. I'll fuck him up if you hurt my feelings. Because if you break my heart, I'm gonna break your jaw. And I'm not a violent person at all, but that was the type of time I was in my 30s. That's the type of time. I'm not going, you want to cheat? Like, you could just leave. Just dip. Like, why? My thing is, I never understood the cheating aspect. Just leave. Just leave. You ain't happy. Obviously, like, sometimes mistakes happen. I've been on both sides of the cheating aspect. Like, I've been the cheatee and the cheater. I've been the other woman. Like, it's like, no, that last one, not really. That one, I was like, I found out that they had somebody. I was like, oh, fuck this shit. No, I can't do this. I got to cut you off because you knew that I was drunk and ovulating. Two bad things to be doing. Anyway, I'm not even making excuses. I fucked up on all three instances. Being cheated on, being the cheater, and being the other one in that scenario. That's why I be here with y'all. I keep it honest. I'm 100% honest with it. My thing is that this. As a cheat, yeah, you innocent, but once you find out, you got one or two choices, you can leave or stay. But don't justify the bullshit. Be accountable for, like, listen, I'm gonna give you a chance, and that's okay. You want to give them a chance. Sometimes they might take that chance and be cool, but 9 times out of 10 they gonna fuck up again. They usually do. I'm not saying all, but they usually do. Just dip. Me personally, like I said, getting cheated on, it hurt. So I was the type of person I said, I'm not even gonna fight that other person. Like, I will never fight over somebody that is wanting to be with somebody else. I will fuck you up. And that happened. Like, my neighbor and my homie, my cousin came over to help me out after like my house was trash. I got into a fight. Found out my ex was cheating, and apparently he said that I tried to hit him with a 40 bottle. I don't remember doing that. Like we was drinking, and then we found out what happened, and then it came out. So I told him, I said, call her and tell her the motherfucker, I want to hear the truth right now. So he called her, she picked up. I said, put it on speaker, motherfucker. I was like, yo, I was a different person. Usually when I get to drinking, I'm not a violent person. I'm like a goofy court gesture. I'm a comedian. I should be on stage somewhere. But at that moment, I was pissed. I was hurt. I was angry because it was like a violation. Because I had already knew. Like I knew, and I said it was just one of them things where she happened. He was knocked out asleep, and I'm not the go through the phone type of person, but something was like you should go through his phone, and then something else was like no, because if you find out what it is you're looking for, you're gonna be upset. You're gonna be angry, and you're gonna end up putting a pillow on his face while he's asleep. And I said, you know what? I ain't gonna do it. But then she called and she texted, and the phone was going off, and I was like looking, and I'm like, I happened to look. And it wasn't like he had his phone. I don't even think he used to lock his phone. I was like, you dumbass. I don't even know how I got into it, but I did. But I don't think it had a lock. I looked, she done sent him a naked picture. And then it was like a series of things. But then what made it worse, then I found out this girl was a young ass girl. Like she was barely 20, 21, I don't know. Nigga, you older than me. We was in our 30s. Actually, I was about to turn 30. And he was already in his 30s. What is you doing? You old enough to be her, damn near to be old enough to be a daddy, but not old enough. I was like, what is wrong with you? I'm thinking in my head, I'm upset. I'm like, all right, Rose, just calm down. And I was so upset. He in there knocked out sleep. And it took every bit of self-control in me not to do anything while he was asleep. It really did. I'm just being honest. I'm serious. And I never, was that Snap? Like, I was about to be an episode of Snap. I'm just being serious. But I didn't. So kudos for me, and this was the pre-healed me. But anyway, so eventually I did confront him about it one day. I was just like, yeah. He was like, yeah, Friday I'm gonna come over. We're gonna get some grub. It's this place that we, at the time when I was eating meat and different things, we went and got this shrimp and salmon Caesar salad. Oh God, that shit was so good. They had the big shrimp too. That's when I was eating shrimp. And I was like, yeah, we're gonna fuck it up. Got in a fight. And I would think I was more mad about the fact, damn, Rose, you fucked up the food. Shit all on the floor. Couldn't even salvage not one piece of shrimp, not the fish, none of that. And anyway, I confronted him. He tried to lie. I was like, I saw the damn picture. I saw the proof. I saw it. I was like, you know what? And I was like, I wasn't even going to go through your phone, but the girl kept hitting you up. So with that being said, I was like, he told her that I was his crazy ex and all this. He lied about it. Like, you lied to her about who I was. And then you made it seem like I'm the bad. That was the part that made me upset. Then fucking leave. And it wasn't, and see, I chose to forgive him, and he started to do some similar shit, but instead of that, I went to her, because the other person he tried to cheat with, she was grown up. She was like around my age, a little bit older than me, closer to his age, and I told her, I said, I'm done. This is not the first time he did this, and I'm done. I don't even want to be with him no more, so I'm letting you know. And she broke up with him. She cut him off and all that stuff. But I was like, if I'm not the one you want to be with, and I'm not enough, or whatever the case, just leave. Like, leave. Like, it don't make no sense. It's just stupid shit. Like, leave. Especially if we already done been down this road. So anyway, back to the first part. The second part wasn't as interesting. So we got into an altercation that night. Because he was like, I said something to him. I was like, I'll fuck you up. In my defense, he put his hands on me first. He put his hands and tried to choke me, grip me up. Nigga, oh, that's what we doing? And I think that's why I tried to hit him with the bottle. Because he was just like, and my kid was in the house asleep. I don't know why I chose to confront her while she was there home sleeping. She was knocked out, passed out. And it was the one day she decided to come sleep in my room. So she was in my bedroom, which was a few feet from where we were. She wasn't downstairs. And because my bedroom's on the third floor. Her bedroom was on the second floor. And she was just like, knocked out, but she didn't wake up right away. And I always told her, I said, if you ever hear any altercation, A, don't come out the room until you know it's safe, and B, call the cops. And then go back to A again. So she knew, and that's exactly what she did. So the cops eventually came, unbeknownst to me. But he was just on a rampage. He's one of them types of people. He was a violent drunk anyway. So I defended myself. I smashed his hand in the door. I did punch him. I think I did try to do other things with. I tried to do a Michael Myers because we was near like a little small kitchenette that's in my house. I was defending myself, but it wasn't like I said, it wasn't like I was the instigator of violence. I was like, I confronted her. I was like, what are you going to do? Because I wanted him to confront her and be like, I don't want her, and I don't want you. Even if he would have said, I said, do you want to be with her? Because if that's what you want, then go be with her. But even if you don't want to be with her and you want to be with me, you done messed up. So go, get out of my house, like leave. And like, so then he was like, yeah, he was trying to leave and all this other stuff. I saw that the phone, because we had, the cordless phone. So, when somebody's on, like if you got more than one cordless phone, you see if the line is open or whatever. But anyway, I saw that the phone was going off the receiver. Somehow in the craziness, my kid snuck out, got the phone, went back in the room, dipped, and called the police. And the police came. And then I called them from my cell phone, of course. But they was already on the way. And they was like, oh yeah, we got a call. So they saw me coming up, and my lip was bleeding. It was already bleeding because when your skin get dry. And next thing you know, I was like, all right, whatever. Split up. And then it got worse. I'm not going to say if I made it worse, but it got worse because it just was really dry. So I got blood all down here, and I got my mascara because I used to wear mascara at the time. Just it, that was it. I never really wore makeup at all, and I was just like had it all smeared. I looked like something out of a Tyler Perry movie, and they took his ass to jail, and they were like, "Are you going to press charges?" Yes, I'm going to press charges. F him. Da, da, da. I didn't. Just wanted him to learn a lesson. I mean, because he did what it wasn't like it was a situation where I just falsified anything. What he did is what he did, and how he was lucky I didn't go further with it. But he wanted everyone to think that he was the victim. But lo and behold, I was like, I don't care. At that point, I used to care what people think, and I did. And I was like, but it was weird because I had proof of what happened. Like, I had bruises on my neck. I had a busted lip. So it wasn't like any of the shit he did, like I made her. And he was just trying to make it seem like, and it was only like a couple people that actually believed what happened that he knew, that he was cool with. And I said, think about how he act when he drunk. And think about the situation. Think about how I am. And I told him, I said, he decided that he wanted to cheat. And I said, so he tried to tell somebody that I found out that he was leaving me for a girl and this, that, and third. So one of his friends put it two together. It was like, oh yeah, I also threw his cell phone out the window. But that's not the point. It was like, well, if you were trying to break up with her, why were you there at her house? Y'all about to have dinner and you bought all this shit and you got movies and y'all ready to chill and all this other stuff. That don't make no sense at all. Why would you be there? If you was trying to break up with somebody, the last thing you would do is be at their house. You would have came, dropped the food off, and dipped, if that was the case. So yeah, and that was that. And I eventually moved on, and he tried to get back with me like a year later. I forgave him, and it started to go down that path, and I did before it got to that point. But the point is that sometimes you can fucking leave. And I don't know what that has to do with Anthony Edwards and Nash, but it has to do with the other thing. Like, leave. If you ain't sure what your place is in a relationship, like if it's a situationship or it's non-monogamous or not, it's poly, whatever, consensual, whatever, you bouncing from this, or it's just sex or whatever, it's just consensual dibbity-dibbities, then that's cool. Let it be what it be. But if that's not what you want and that's what you're getting and you want more, let that person know. And if they don't want what you want, respect that decision and leave. Also, if you feel that they just gonna change, get a show of faith, as they say, when they're talking to the hostages, we need proof of life or whatever. Yeah, do that. Because at the end of the day, it's not worth your sanity. It really ain't. So moving on, this one. I keep saying Aisha, that's her name, right? Aisha. So apparently she was like, oh, that's what I was talking about too. I forgot. Yeah, the other girl, I remember the second relationship. This was like the more recent one. This was about 7 years ago, 8 years ago. And the girl was like, yeah, I'm pregnant. And I was. And I said, I'm pro-choice. I know I got some pro-life people that listen at that time. And she was just like, I'm keeping it and this, that, and so she eventually got rid of it. I said, listen, if you going through all that trouble to be with, you want my scraps, you know what? Trash day is every other Monday, it's Tuesday, and it's a Labor Day weekend. Go have at it. I'm still gonna beat him up on sight when I see him. But then I had to think about it. I was like, no, this one right here wasn't like the last one. He let on that he wasn't trying to be tied down with nobody. And I just said, you know what? Y'all can have each other. I'm done. My peace is priority. And I learned, I found out somebody reached out to me. They sent me a message on, it was something. I think it was on one of my other pages. They were like, did you block me? Yes. Because you wasn't passing the vibe check. I'll block people for less. I really do. Like, I went on a date not that long ago, and the person it seemed like it was cool, but it didn't go the way. I remember, listen, I ain't trying to be vulgar. One time I thought somebody gave me something. Thank God he didn't. And I'm like, listen, I don't have a body count to be having shit, but when you think about it, you can sleep with one hoe ass person, and then you got all their bodies. So I was just like, God darn it. I thought that I did, but that right there was a red flag. Back then, I knew then, and I'm on that type of time. But anyway, moving along, Aisha Howard. So she got mad at the people talking about the baby daddy stuff, and she just got the bag and all that. So stop using your kids as fucking pawns. And I'm looking at her, she's gorgeous. Like, she's fucking, she looks good. So she was saying everything was lies and French fries. And everything, like, what, all the tubity do, like, it's fake news, and he paying her $1 million up front for child support. First and foremost, that sounds dumb. Like, why? He could have gave her $1 million for a lot of different things. But my thing is that, like, $1 million up front, with what he's making in the NBA, I don't know what his salary is, but what he's making, she would get a lot more, considering he has no other children. But it is what it is. She says she ain't got to be no gold digger because she out here making her own money. But somebody said that the rumor was he had to pay the child support $1 million and some change, $1,080,000, all at once, instead of doing a monthly payment. So let me just look at this. So 18 times 12 is 216, right? 18 years times 12 months. And we're just going to look at this. That's 10 million. So let's just pretend that is, and we're going to divide. Ooh, Lord, I didn't mean to do that. I'm doing some math here. What did I say? 216? So that's $5,000 a month in child support. That's actually not that bad. But if he make more than that, he probably could get more. I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyway, okay, why do people care if that's what she's doing? If she's a gold digger, I'm sure he knew that. The fact that you had why did you have unprotected sex with some girl? I don't know how long they knew each other, but that be worrying me. I'm like, y'all don't be knowing these people? I got pregnant, It reminds me of, I forget, was it Love and Basketball? It was one of them. And homie was like, yeah, you could do the best you do in a hotel, and always one that gets up to the hotel room, and I don't give a shit what you say, man. That's what they try to do. But if she honestly is, my thing is, only a hit dog is going to holler. Regardless if she did it or not, regardless if she is a gold digger or she's using her body, I'm going to say this. I say that to say this. Looks, all of this is only going to last so long. So fellas, if this is what you only primarily go for, it's only going to last for so long. Gravity going to take a fold. All, like, you just want to start getting old. We all do it. That's what everybody do. I look at myself in the mirror like, damn, it happens. You can take care of your body best you can. Just prolong the aging process. But you're going to get old. But your character, the type of person you are, you being a decent individual, that stays forever. So get you a person that ain't a shitty ass person, no matter what they look like. Because looks, they go the fuck away. They don't last forever. I don't understand why people looks can be the attractor. Like, you could get attracted to somebody, but like, oh, she look good or he look good. That starts that conversation going. But at the same time, it's like, bro, that's it. Once you get to know that person, you find out I don't have nothing in common with you, and you are a complete bore, or I don't like you and you don't like me. Let's not waste each other's time. But keep it pushing. You keep it pushing, and because you learn, you find somebody else to date. But another thing that comes to mind, if that was the case, like the thing she was like, I guess she was trying to clap back at people. Like I said, hit dogs are only a hit dog a holler. Apparently, you must, what the people said struck a chord because you felt the need to go live and respond back to these people. You had to go online and be like, this is why y'all bitches this, and y'all why y'all this is that. You only did it because you feel some type of way, because deep down inside, maybe there's some truth to whatever the situation is. So apparently he does have some other kids. So he can't keep the shit in his pants. Like, apparently, reportedly, he has 4 kids with 4 women in just 2 years. Never mind. I thought he only had 1. I don't follow Minnesota, obviously. But so, according to various reports, Edward's first child, daughter named Eris Ariel Carlisle, was born in September 2023 to Deja Carlisle. She made a heartfelt post with the newborn and revealed Anthony was present during the birth. In September 2024, Edwards noted he was paying $5,000 monthly temporary child support, but later requested to be adjusted to $3,222. Just 1 month after Edwards was born, another woman named Ali D claimed that Edwards was the father of her son Amir, born October 2023. She posted alleged screenshots and messages with Edwards and a redacted DNA test claiming his to confirm the paternity. Edwards has never publicly acknowledged or denied this child, and the situation remains private, aside from Ali's social media posts. In March 2024, that's just last year, Edwards and longtime girlfriend Shannon Jackson welcomed a daughter named Allison. Is that Alan? Oslin? I don't know. Shannon had announced the pregnancy in late 2023, and their child's birth was one of the few that he addressed publicly. Most recently, Edwards made headlines again when it was revealed that he had filed a paternity suit against a woman named Aisha Howard, who gave birth to a daughter named Aubrey in October 2024. He requested the DNA test before birth and filed for paternity should the test be positive. He also petitioned to give child support determined under Georgia guidelines, where he claimed Aisha resided. Aisha claimed, however, filed her own case in California, claiming she moved there prior to giving birth. And then some stuff about jurisdiction and yada, yada, yada. He didn't seek custody or visitation. That's messy. That is messy. Okay, so you know what? She saw a girlfriend was getting $5K and she said, boom, I'm going to be on it. So I guess he gave her that $1 million up front. Damn, I was going to say if that was the only one, but he got four kids? No. I don't give a shit how good it is, how good he look, and how much money he like, no. He already got a long-term girl. Shout out to that girlfriend, because I wouldn't be his girlfriend much longer. Ain't that much fucking love in the world. Ain't that much love in the motherfucking world. Because, no. Like, I don't know. Anybody follow Timberwolves? How good is he? I don't know how good he is, but they didn't make it to the finals. So, considering he gonna have a lot of distractions, he gonna always be stressed. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about this week, was this Ashley Edwards. Like I said, hit dog a holler. Because I could see if you didn't know, but he already had, I don't know how the timing went between conception and the other 3 kids, but you knew he had a girlfriend, kind of, sort of, and you knew that he potentially had at least 1 child already. And, like, you didn't think about his father. You just thought about the money and not the fatherly skills? Or you thought about, maybe she lived somewhere where, the Roe v. Wade thing took effect. I don't know. No, she said she moved to Cali, so I can't even say what the hell was on her mind. You know what? I was semi going to defend her, but not. I'm being impartial with the hit dogs on holler, because you felt something. She did. Now I think she kind of wanted some kind of a bag. Because why the fuck? He not claiming paternity. He's not claiming custody. Should he just gonna give you some money and that's it? Why would you want that? Like, as a single parent, I would have loved. Like, I don't think it's. I'm not knocking in other single parents, but at the same time, I think a child needs both their parents. I don't care, mother, father, mama, daughter, dad. I don't care if it's a hetero or whatever or not, or traditional household or not. But you still need that balance, because at the end of the day, that $5,000 a month is not a lot. It's good, like, depending on her other things, but you got to think about the fact that there's going to be times where you can't work. I don't even know. I just think that's just dumb. Like if I had to choose on being a single parent, and co-parenting with someone, obviously I'll choose the co-parent. Why would you want to get pregnant by a guy that don't even want to claim it, or don't want to even have custody or have anything to do with his child? No, you got that, honey girl. Anyway, that's enough for today. I'm done. I done put me in a bad mood. Sorry, I ain't have a better, more chipper thing. But I'm gonna end this with sort of a writer's reflection and accountability corner. Ladies, you got to do better. We got to do better. Stop fucking with these no good ads. She talking about the weed man and all this other stuff in that post that she did on like Insta or wherever she did the live. You ain't no better. He gonna be there for his kid. He don't seem like he's interested. He got the one that he claiming. He got the other two potentially, and then you got this one, and he don't really seem that he is invested at all in this child, except for just giving you money. And you talking. I would rather have, honestly, yeah, the money is cool and all, but I would rather have my child have that bond with the other parent, because you're making memories that are like she's going to have for the rest of her life, or he's going to have for the rest of his life with dad and mom or whatever, and you're trading that off for a check. So yeah, that corner dude, I've seen some dudes out here, they do some unscrupulous things in the streets, or they might not be the nicest person, but when it comes to their child, oh, they go all above, all out. And then you got some of these nice, well-to-do, well-off people that ain't shit when it comes to their children. So with that being said, why would you want that? And then what are you saying? You're not even saying anything to these other females. Like, this man wants nothing to do with your child. You trying to clap back at women, so you got the broke one, because they're broke. So that's the only thing you could say. But I'd rather have a broke man that's a do-good man, that has a good heart, that wants to be involved in this child, that wants to make these memories. Because guess what? Let me tell you something. A child will not remember how much you spent on a bunch of dumbass shit that you bought, you sent in the mail, or some money that you sent her mom and the mom bought it. But she gonna remember sitting playing Barbie dolls with dad on the floor. Yeah, because those are the memories that they have. Like, they don't remember that stupid shit. They remember, oh, me and mommy and daddy were playing, or me and mommy or daddy or whoever were playing tag, or we were playing video games, or we were playing Monopoly and Uno, and he let me win, or like me and my dad never really had the greatest relationship, but I remember a lot of the shit that we did together, and they didn't really center around money, and because he didn't have any, he was out here in these streets. So with that being said, lady, shut the hell up. You just clap back because somebody hit a chord. Like I said, hit dog or holler. Anyway, I'm out of here. Take care. Be awesome. Be you. But above all else, love yourself. Because this ain't loving yourself. This shit right here, you can't. If you love yourself, you're not going to fall for the okie doke. You're not going to do this other shit with the... I'm done. I'm done. All right, y'all. Take care. I can't. What is wrong with these women? Like, have we not learned? Nothing. Like, we losing rights in the Supreme Court, and this is what y'all doing. Stop it. Do better, y'all. Especially women of color. I'm done. Anyway, take care.